Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome. I wanted to make sure that I put out a reading for you guys. Number one, don't tell the other signs, but Sagittarius messages. Sun in the reverse. So maybe you're not seeing something clearly. There could be a question about walking away from something or detaching. Let's grab one of these actually. What's your advice for Sagittarius from your spirit team, benevolent beings, guardian angels, God, Jesus? What is the most important message for Sag? Mountain cabin and cocoa. So there could be something about like cultivating a sense of happiness, of comfort with mountain cabin here. There are times when solitude can be healing and enlightening. So maybe there's a storm brewing in. It's kind of a vibe, this card, right? Look, she looks like she's got her shit together. She's got some laundry out. She's, I don't know. I'm getting the vibe that her house is clean. She's even got a little friend beside her. So that's cute. Coco here. You are loved, you are held, and you are already everything you seek. Beautiful, beautiful. So really grounding down. We see that owl there. That could be a representation of Lakshmi. There could be something about being discerning. Alakshmi, which is her sister. The sister of Lakshmi is a Lakshmi. And one of her symbolisms is an owl. And from what I understand, I don't know too much or too deep, but she obviously, she's kind of a signifier of like death or like things that fade or leave our lives, right? And she actually protects wealth. She protects her sister Lakshmi because she's able to end things that are not beneficial, right? So let's see what this card says. I'm kind of being drawn to it. Embrace open heart and tenderness. Okay. There could be a new beginning for you in self-love, self-esteem, money, finance. You could be seeing something from a bigger perspective about friends, or maybe letting go of a friend. Your higher self chose this card because Coco is comforting to experience. It's like a hug from your nearest and dearest. And when this card appears, it's a message from spirit acknowledging any emotional hurt or pain you felt. Whether you've experienced a breakup, the loss of a loved one, disappointment, or betrayal, Coco reminds you it's safe to open your heart again. However, don't feel rushed to welcome love from another before you found love for yourself. What does it mean for you to feel loved, supported, and emotionally nourished? How would your life look and feel if you loved and accepted yourself unconditionally? So you could also, there's something about maybe making morning prayers for happiness on your day and kind of, setting that intention or making a prayer with your guardian angels or guides to have the intention to be led towards positivity and to be shown your path maybe or something. Prayers could be relevant. Fill your heart with feelings. These visualizations invoke and allow them to gently soften you little by little. This card also reminds you that you are worthy of being loved. So loving yourself, you're worthy of being, like if you're in a relationship or a friendship that's not loving you, obviously you are being worthy of being loved around the right people. And that starts with loving yourself enough to not be in that situation, right? Or to find the right people to surround yourself with. You are loved by your spirit team as well. You are not broken no matter what past experiences might have led you to believe. You are a good, kind-hearted, gentle soul whose light is needed. Please don't allow anyone's poor treatment to prevent you from letting others experience your light. That's funny. I didn't even know that was going to come up. I literally didn't. I promised to, like, obviously I don't have to go over the top to prove it, but yeah, no, I didn't even know that was going to come out. So that's interesting. That was kind of just channeling that. Well, we have the sun here in the reverse, which can mean some lack of happiness or lack of clarity. So, blah, 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 blah. I'm not really, I learn tarot as I go, just like we're all in life, just learning as we go. Sag. Ooh, so maybe something about honey. What does it say? Spirit medicine? Like bee pollen, or maybe you're strengthening your immune system, eating cleaner, eating lots of veg. This one came out on the ground, Smashana. Interesting. I don't know if we're supposed to take it, but I feel like her energy is really strong. So let's see what it says. She shines her blessing in divine deconstruction, clearing away that which undermines your confidence and inhibits your activity on your life path. With the courage born of unconditional trust, you can accept her fierce intervention in your life with openness to the positive changes that emerge as a result. Smashana Kali is fierce. Her presence indicates radical divine intervention. It may be first experienced as a shock or some form of upheaval. And anytime you go through a shock, you always have that aftershock effect, right? Like a PTSD kind of vibe. You kind of have to get grounded again. She dwells in the taboo lands of cremation grounds. Hers is the teaching that divine timing must prevail, and sometimes certain involvements or circumstances must end. We cannot control the workings of destiny, but we can choose how to respond to the essential ending of a chapter in our lives. Smashana appears when we're in difficult times due to the loss of a loved one or the failure of something we encountered on, or even a more subtle inner experience of an ending we cannot link to an external event. Her presence is an indication that the life as you know it will change radically. I also wanted to say energetically. So this shift could be happening inwardly and then manifesting outwardly, right? So this can be a welcome release from difficult time. There's money. There's money coming in. You could be having an increase in abundance coming in. There's something about finances are preparing themselves to make their way to you or something like that. But let's see. So maybe whatever you're leaving behind was not even that as fruitful or something. Yeah, there's some kind of, you could be leaving your house or having to go somewhere for this, or There's something about movement or getting the energy moving or something like that. Her presence is an indication that life as you've known it will change radically. This can be a welcome release from difficult times and prolonged cycles of suffering. Smashana is not quiet or subdued in the cremation ground. She is wild and vital, and she brings energy and aliveness to situations where there would otherwise be none. So maybe something's been dead for a while. She brings about an end to stagnation that has been depleting your life force. An upheaval can give rise to. Some people do better with like movement, change, adaptation, especially like if you have mutable placements. I have a lot of mutable placements. I think I like change. You know, when things get too stale or like, I'm sure maybe somebody with like fixed placements would like that. But mutability is always refining, always improving something. So it always wants that change, right? So you're also a mutable sign. So if you have any other Sagittarius placements, Pisces, or Gemini in your chart, you would have that kind of need for. I don't know if you've ever met Geminis. I have, like Gemini moons and Geminis as well. But I mean, Gemini rules communication in the mind and analysis. So it's always like they're discussing and talking, and moving and driving and going here and going there, and it's just staying in total kind of. Mercury's a really fast planet, right? So. I think for Sagittarius, it's more probably philosophically. We're always kind of expanding in that sense, spiritually, anything related to the divine, higher education, travel, expanding like possibilities. And that's why people probably think we're lucky, and we are, but we generate. But yeah, anyways, I could go on forever. I love astrology, obviously. But let's see. An upheaval can give rise to uncertainty about how to manage the transition and what comes next. We must remember in the tantric teachings, cremation grounds are not only places of death, but liberation. Wow, there's something really cleansing or healing about this. Callie teaches that sometimes what we have loved needs to be released so that the greater love can manifest in a new form. We cannot always know why that has to be, but we can trust Callie is acting for our benefit. We may have a fear around letting go, just as many beings fear the ultimate act of letting go, the release of the body into death itself. Callie is not a goddess of actual death, she is a goddess of spiritual symbolic death of the ego. Her presence is about endings that lead to beginnings. Her presence is not about death but transformation. She not only brings that to an end that which obstructs our spiritual fruition, she manifests a path from release to reemergence. Dwelling in the lands of the dead, she is a sacred feminine chariot and carries your soul beyond the threshold of one life cycle or chapter into the next. That's interesting. So balancing light and dark could be interesting. If you know you have come to the end of a road in some significant way and are waiting clarity on how to cross the threshold towards whatever is next, that makes so much sense because June we have so much transitional energy astrologically. It's like we're touching new beginnings, and so there's a lot of chaos that happened kind of in June, and then we're going to go backwards, retrograde energy through July, and we're going to go full force steam ahead basically in February of 2026, I believe. So it's like these new eras are coming, huge cycles, new cycles beginning. So yeah. Her presence will make the path known to you. Okay. Her appearance is a portent of powerful change. Although we may not welcome it at first, we can know that it's because it is initiated by her wild wisdom and divine love, or its underlying purpose. As we move with the changes taking place within and likely around us, we eventually recognize the blessings that have transformed our lives for the better. So this could be about relationships, contracts, home, emotions, communication, your emotional well-being, how you understand your emotions, your relation to your family, and what you understand about that. But your mindset, you can see you're kind of holding a skull there. So there is something about like it's giving Ganesh vibes, kind of new beginning, but you have to kind of conquer some kind of obstacles in the way. Ganesh, I think that's his name, is a elephant-headed deity who rules the beginning, and he's the first deity in Hinduism that they worship, I believe, or you should worship, right? But so many deities, so many forms. Let's see. Let's get some more messages. What's the advice for Sagittarius? Advice, guidance, steps for Sagittarius at this moment in time. Do you have any advice? There could be something you're working on financially. This could be a new beginning in some form, something long-term, tangible. There's a lot of abundance coming. I think things are going to get easier as well. I feel like you're on the threshold towards something as well. You could be prepared for this or preparing for this. Yeah. Okay, Sagittarius, any other actions? Oh. Yeah, definitely protecting your abundance could be important. Getting really grounded and stable and secure and found in your kind of sense of self or something like that. Being resilient, being like not backing down or like not being afraid to stare people down, like holding your ground, standing on business is the energy. Okay, interesting. There could be something that you're processing. You could be letting go of one thing, moving towards another, like financially, job-wise, a new beginning in that, like an investment or something like that. But you're letting go of a lot as well, which is nice, and you're erecting boundaries, which is nice. I think you're coming more into your power. That's interesting. Yeah, okay. Guidance messages from Jesus, God, guardian angels, Angel Michael for Sagittarius energies, please. Thank you. Most important vital messages from Jesus, God. Guidance. Let's see. We have Weta Hathors, deep love. Birth is a portal. And yeah, 7 star sisters. Birth and creation is tapestry of life expression. Even if you're not giving birth or something, this is about the creative energy. And maybe you need to protect yourself as well if you're engaging in sex right now. I mean, let's see what Weta Hathor says. Because it's very potent energy with the new moon approaching us, right? Okay. You're a child of the cosmic mother, and you're being called to be held by her deep, never-ending love and embrace. This is a tender, nourishing card reminding you to receive the deep, deep love of mother's embrace. The Hathors knew that the journey on earth can be rocky and lonely at times, but you're being reminded to rest more deeply in mother's arms. This is a card of extreme potency and of femininity, of creation and of birth. Very interesting. So honoring yourself as a feminine, right? Interesting. You're being called to mother yourself and others too, to surrender to your sacred femininity, to create and surrender to your own creations, and to hold and be held. You're being called to remember your place in the web of life and realize the Cosmic Mother watches you every step of the way. You may be going through a transition right now, moving from one way of being to another, so you're being reminded that you're cradled in a sacred container. So this could all be destined, right? You're more held than you can possibly imagine, and you have access to more love than your heart can bear. So you are protected. You have guidance, spirit team. We have the 7 star sisters here. Let's see that one, actually. Yeah, you have friends. I just heard you have friends on the other side. So that song, that's from that Princess Frog movie, I think. But anyways, new consciousness that's being longed to be breathed into life. If you draw this card, you're being called to surrender to these creations, to usher in the new era of consciousness and do your bit in weaving the web of life. And this is really long-term goals. I'm seeing Ace of Pentacles here, King of Pentacles. This is like something stable and secure. This is like getting mature. This is like Saturn return energy. This is like I'm figuring. It's giving like Miley Cyrus on her podcast. I think she said that she's dating someone, and the time or the age he's at right now is like when she started getting her life together, which makes sense because that's Saturn return. It kicks in at about 27, 28. It's when the frontal lobe is kind of fully, finally freaking formed. So up until then, you're still basically a child, right? Your ability to make decisions is very childish, and it's not really grounded. It's not really educated enough to make any kind of choice, really. Not to say that people shouldn't have choices. They should, definitely. But I'm just saying. Let's see. A new business or a book. Interesting. Perhaps you're being called to weave beauty into your home or the way you cook. Regardless of the end result, you're being called to express yourself through creativity, to surrender to creative projects that scare and excite you, to find your way to weave beauty back into everyday life. For where there's creativity, spirit, and soul are present, and the world needs those qualities more than ever before. Definitely. There's something about Taurus energy, Aquarius energy maybe. Let's get you I guess they want to do tea leaf. Sagittarius messages, guidance for Sag. Could be dealing with a Scorpio. We have spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. You can be seeing through someone or protecting yourself from someone stupid. No offense, bless. Or this just not that they're stupid. This just could be somebody with addictions of some sort. Maybe. You have luck though. Sagittarius messages, guidance. Yeah, forces working against you. Why was I getting this energy? It's definitely, and I was getting it here too. I was getting it from this area right here with the Knight of Wands. Somebody kind of like impulsive or teenage like, somebody that's a little bit like I don't know, just gossipy, immature. I don't know. Sagittarius, you need to defend yourself. Exactly. Yeah, that's so funny because we ended your reading with the 7 of Wands, and this was the energy I was feeling. That's very like strong. She looks confident, compared to like somebody in your past who you might have been dealing with, which is like a badger energy, which could have been badgering. They could have been very like aggressive or abusive, even badgering, right? Annoying. I think they were trying to poke fun at you or poke arguments, but I don't think you really bit it because it's coming out sideways, which means you've like overcome this. Maybe you wisely saw something. You're letting go of something though, for sure. But that's interesting. You need to defend yourself here in the 7 of Wands there. So messages, Sag. Pay attention to your health. So you could be improving your health, persevere, and you will overcome problems. There's something about being really protective of your finances right now, or like guarding them, managing them well. Somebody's trying to get in between something you want or trying to like negatively impact your manifestations right now, but I don't think it's working at all. I don't think it's working at all, honestly. Yeah, this is someone very stubborn, very stubborn. Anything else, Sag? Someone maybe a fixed sign, like a Scorpio, Taurus, Leo, I think those are the fixed signs. I don't know if there's any more. No, there is. I feel like there's one. There's Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. Yeah, temptation will test you, but I feel like you're you're learning to overcome it or something. Like your health is improving, which helps you to make better decisions, or it's like you're getting away from something that's toxic. Yeah, you could be like defending yourself. It's giving like fire is like repelling the snakes in the cave, or like there's something like that, like defending yourself or something. Yeah, successful outcome to your problems. That's interesting. That is interesting. Okay, let's give you a general idea. What else is going on, Sagittarius? We need confirmation messages from Spirit Team. Yeah, closing off. Yeah, it's like you're protecting yourself from something or someone that was like trying to get in your shit. You're seeing something clearly too. Like you're beginning, yeah, this light, this enlightenment is like burning away illusions. It's like you have a dark cave and you don't see anything, and then you bring in a torch and you can see the walls. You see what are on the walls. You see who's in front of you. You see everything, right? That's interesting. That's interesting. Control. Interesting. I feel like you're not going to be able to be controlled. Maybe somebody was trying to control you. Maybe your mind. Maybe with words. Maybe with brainwashing. Maybe with gaslighting. Um, apology, forgiveness in the reverse. So they're saying like, don't work on something. Someone could be remembering something as well. Someone could have like a grudge, but I feel like you're breaking through regardless, right? Like, I don't know. Yeah, that's interesting. It's like they don't want you to be near sex right now because your higher self activation is more important or something. There could have been like a storm and a twin flame situation. Maybe you've had to like exit out of some kind of controlling energy, and even if you maintain this relationship, it'll have to manifest in a different way, like with more harmony or something, like with less. There's some kind of awakening. I don't know. Alrighty. Messages from Sagittarius Spirit Team. Most important vital messages from Jesus, God, the guardian angels for Sagittarius energies. Hi, this is Mila. Hello? Oh, that's weird. Okay. Yeah, so that was just a random call, came through, literally answered, nobody said anything, so I think it's like AI, but let's see Sagittarius messages for guidance from their spirit team. Maybe somebody's trying to interrupt you too, like not make you understand something. Maybe they're trying to like, yeah, this could be that wedge. This could be somebody like trying to like interrupt you with a thought, or interrupt you with talk, or interrupt you with like socializing, or interrupt you with like ideas. Like they want to like control your mind or something like that. That's weird. I think I'm just channeling now because didn't even mean to say control. So it's just like now the words are. I've had that before, obviously. Trance mediumship is a thing. I have a Pisces moon. A lot of Pisces people like are really good at that kind of stuff. Um, but anyways, it's always the spirits, not me. So cut out friends who have ill will. This could be part of your breakthrough. Yeah, apology in the reverse, persevere in overcoming problems. There might be a bit of like a desert energy, but you're gonna get through it. I feel like you're on the breakthrough of like something really abundant. It's like you might have to go through like a little bit of a stint of like a desert, but then you're on to an oasis. So it's like recovery phase, exactly. Recovering, growth, hydration, riches, emotional well-being. Um, I feel like something could have really impacted your body as well, like maybe just like stress or cortisol or your muscles, or I don't know, maybe this person was like draining you or like physically or otherwise, like maybe there's something of that. But stand on business. Wow. That's what we said. We literally said that in your reading. So that's really cool. I literally said that stand on business is here. It's similar energy to Capricorn. Capricorn had a reading like 2 days ago, I think, maybe, and they had King of Pentacles like centering, or maybe it was yesterday, like centering their reading in the same position. So you could have Capricorn placements. Or this could be about like long-term goals, or like long-term careers, long-term aims, like long-term stability. You mind your business, but I also want to say your mind, your business. So that's interesting. So maybe somebody wants to get in your business. Yeah, they're trying to work against you. They're trying to get into. They're trying to like wedge their way in. They're trying to like hacksaw something, or like, I don't know, an axe or something. Yeah, I'm seeing now Jack Nicholson. I don't know why that's Jack Nicholson from The Shining. So maybe there's something about like don't be trapped with this person in a hotel type vibe. Like don't go with them somewhere. Or, like I don't know why I'm getting that vibe. This person could get really stressed, like under work conditions. Yeah, this person's a bit nuts. They can be a little bit bonkers. Anyways, very feminine yet firm. Stand on business. Okay, so be kind, but don't take shit, right? Don't take on this person's problems. He would beat a woman. Wow, that's crazy. That I was I was getting Jack Nicholson. I mean, literally, doesn't he chase her up the stairs with a baseball bat to like smash her head in, as he says? God damn. There's somebody very controlling, maybe. Yeah, I'm getting heebie-jeebies from this reading. No offense, blessed. Let's do a little quick protection prayer. Maybe you need to do this. Dear God, guardian angels, Jesus, and our spirit team, please protect Sagittarius people watching and who this reading applies for. Thank you, amen. All right. You inspire your haters. Oh, jeez. Let's see. Ghost. Walk it back. So maybe you need to like reverse. Walk it back. Interesting. I'm just gonna add reverse to that. Reverse. It's kind of like in an action scene. Turn that car around. Online dating, coming out sideways. Maybe this wasn't someone you met online dating. I have no idea. Or maybe that plays a part in something. Maybe just stay away from online things in general. They can't control your mind anymore. That's crazy that we had control. We had your mind, your business. Whoa, they can't control your mind anymore. This is somebody who wants to like control you with like their words. Maybe they always have like a remark or they try to like pound something into you or something like that. Ooh. This is such heebie-jeebie energy. Let me just like pray really. Like let me just protect. I will burn some sage, amen. I'm glad I'm not one of those readers that always like tries to make everything peachy keen, because that's annoying too. And they're like, oh yeah, it's just like everything's fine, and it's like not. So it's like, you know, I like those readers that are tapped in. Um, but that's with. I mean, the world is just amazing. Okay, got some sage. Just want to cleanse. Sage is really good too. It cleanses negativity. It helps you connect with higher frequencies, right? So if you've got some, or maybe pine needles or whatever you've got to help you kind of just, cleanse and clear. So if you see smoke or sage, that's what you're seeing. Just gonna want it closer than me. Okay, just put it there. Don't help too much. They must learn. I'm getting the vibe of like maybe you always did help people's homework when you were growing up, or you like people always just kind of like I don't know, thought they could take from you, or like you would bake the cake, but they would eat it type vibe. I don't know. Learning through this karma protected you. Holy shit. Yeah, this is some kind of like karmic lesson, destiny. Learning through this though protects you, and it gives you those boundaries and the ability to be that King of Pentacles energy, like be a boss, right? Reinstate self control. Someone was like trying to invade. They were invading. They are very selfish. Yeah, like if this person always makes statements that are like I centered or like this is what I want, so you need to like acquiesce, or this, or you can't do that because this is what I need, and it's not always about what you need or what they need. It's about what you need, right? It's about what your needs are. It's about who, because you have your own life to lead. You have to take care of yourself. You have to make sure you feel good and protect your peace. Don't, and that's a part, that's a responsibility that you need for your own life, right? They're cursed, bad luck charm, get rid of them. They could have like bad karma, right? Like you don't want to be around someone that constantly does stupid shit or gets themselves caught up in dramas or like things like that. I don't want to keep going. Like I could dot like I just feel like even going into this reading energy is like draining me. I'm like I can feel the bad energy. I can feel it impacting me. So he is trans. Maybe he wishes he was a different gender, or they do, or somebody here does. Faking someone out. So maybe somebody's trying to like yeah, that's so funny. I just watched a clip last night with like it was like a Top Gun clip where they're like diving these two planes down. They're like spiraling down towards the ground, because the aim of it is like one of them has to try to shoot the other, but they both kind of just ended up circling downwards and nobody could really pull up. Um, that's interesting. They wanted to fake you out. They wanted to drive you to maybe ruin, or yeah, that's what I'm getting. Like, okay, I don't want to go too deep into this. Very original. You could be very unique, right? Or you need to take a unique approach. Be careful of people who try to monopolize your time, right? So they could be, you Sagittarius are very kind, but like Jupiter's not known for boundaries, and you have to have that. Um, Monopolize your time and your luck, maybe, or your energy, your life, And we have open a business, so this is a great time for you to focus on your abundance, to protect it, to structure it. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Maybe we'll do a bonus. Probably not. I feel pretty tired, but we'll get you an Egyptian before we leave. Sagittarius energies. Eat well. Take good care of your health. Drink a lot of water. Have your veggies. Bastet. Wow. So this is like independent cat energy, yes, but right? Like this is like she's a goddess of protection. The reason Egyptians revered cats is to protect them from thieves, right? From those the mice that would eat the grains, right? So this could be also an opportunity in your health or in a daily routine job. Something is new coming there. So I hope you enjoyed it. Tap into your passion, stand your ground, stand on business, sit on business if you need to with a little staff like that and a little weapon. Yeah, please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal using the Buy Me a Coffee link. I'll leave a tip through there. Best of luck. Take care.